So we are back in Skywars. Welcome, everybody. I'm sure that you all missed this very much. I recently came to a decision, and that decision is that I want to get good. Basically, I want to become better at the game. Not the best, because I don't think that striving for the best is feasible for me at this point. I am just a little bit behind on the current Skywars meta, I feel, but ultimately, I think that I can improve in some regard, some way, which means, of course, that I'm going to need to do a lot of work. One of those elements of work includes not getting killed immediately, but sometimes that'll happen. Now, one of the elements of facilitating that work, I don't know what that noise was, one of the elements of facilitating that work is I need to basically just not cut things out, right? I am going to put myself through the ringer, right? Put myself through the ringer, basically force myself to keep everything so that once I internalize the fact that I need to keep every single game that I play, I will eventually, hopefully, given all of that stress, become better at the game. Or not. Or the quality of everything will just get worse. Maybe I should put a sword in the first bar, first hotbar. That's why I should put a sword in the first slot of my hotbar, because otherwise I'm going to switch to a splash potion and hit them with that. But that's exactly what I'm talking about, is if I give myself enough of a pressure to improve, then theoretically I will eventually start to improve, right? I mean, as things are now, right, I'm putting things in the wrong slot and, not putting things in the right slot and failing to loot chests efficiently, and all of these things, all these elements that are contributing to my bad performance. And so I want to make that into good performance by just doing excessive quantities of practice. Practice makes perfect. That's the classic thing, you know what they say. Practice makes perfect. So basically, I'm going to practice. Not right now, because if I jump into that fray, I will instantly die. But if I wait for the opportune moment, which is definitely a valid strategy and not at all cowardice, I can make use of the opportune moment and kill my competition, because that's what this game is about. I think the opportune moment may have passed, though, so might as well just sacrifice my life for the greater good. There we go. Now, the extra fun part about this video is that I didn't actually plan for anything to talk about other than the fact that I really have to lock in and get better at the game. So basically, I'm just going to be making everything else up on the fly. So yeah, enjoy the completely and totally unplanned ramblings of Gojiracell the Fool. We're gonna maybe get this person dead, or we're going to instantly get completely and totally annihilated without getting hit off. Oh wow, that started faster than I was expecting. Okay, well, we are directly into the fray. Well, there is not actually a fray. I seem to have duplicated my diamond pants, so that's an interesting strategy which I should make use of in the future when I want to have more than one pair of diamond pants. Or maybe that's just not going to be a thing that actually happens. Never mind. I for some reason got confused by somebody bridging, and then got confused by another person bridging. But there wasn't actually anything confusing about either of those things, of those occurrences. I'm just a fool, as usual. And it seems that I am at least deadly enough to kill one person, even if I fall into the void myself. Now, one element of this entire video is basically just to give myself the motivation to improve, because it's one thing for me to just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna improve, but it's another thing for me to actually improve, and to a certain extent, I personally think that announcing to the world that it is my intention to improve my capacity to play Skywars will generally give me the motivation to make that improvement, right? If people know that that is what I'm trying to do, then there isn't really any hiding from that for me, right? I have to, at some point, make a move to improve, basically. And so that's the motivation here. I'm going to make the move to improve. I'm going to be playing so much more Skywars over the next, few weeks or so, and maybe I'll get better. And that will, of course, probably mean that there's going to be a lot more Skywars videos, a lot more. Apparently we're just going to duplicate every single piece of armor that I retrieve, and then instantly cause those duplications to disappear, because that's a normal facet of this game that I have always enjoyed their existing being a thing that happens. I have a feeling that this is not going to go well, but whatever. Yeah, so essentially, we're going to be seeing a lot more Skywars over the coming weeks, months, perhaps. And yeah, if you, the viewer, decide ever to tune into the Gojiracell channel or tune into the Hypixel server, you might wind up observing me in the wild playing Skywars. If you do, feel free to target me to your heart's content. I need all of the pressure that you can give me in order to improve, because I want to improve. That's the goal of this entire thing. This entire experience is to get me to be better at the game. Now, of course, that will also mean that the videos that I make will be basically completely and totally terrible. Every Skywars video will basically just be me dying over and over and over again, failure after failure after failure. Just complete and total nonsense, in addition to the fact that I am definitely going to need to get a lot more topics of conversation if I want to make a lot more videos, because if every single video is as completely and totally incoherent as this one is, there are not going to be a whole lot of people staying and watching the videos, right? I'm gonna need to make the videos that I make better than this one if I want anyone to actually care about them, which is kind of one of the goals as well. There are two goals. Okay, I've just decided there are two goals. The first one being I want to be better at Skywars. The second one being I want to make videos that people enjoy. And this person is probably going to come over and kill me relatively soon, so at least I have decent armor. It has 0 enchantments, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know? We'll see if they have, ender pearls, or if they're just going to look at me from a distance and pretend that they... Okay, well, they just threw whatever that ender pearl. I think it was a return whatever pearl from the, Enderman kit or something. It would be really funny if I killed them with one snowball, but that's definitely not going to happen to such a professional as Digi-Horror. They are going to eviscerate me in the completely and totally non-uncertain terms. I wonder if I can get at least one hit in edgewise. Or they're going to slip down a crack. That is tragic. Well, that was tragic. Well, incoherency aside, you might even see me win a game or two from time to time, though that is likely going to be a very rare occurrence. But either way, that is going to be it from me for this video of Skywars. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye.